Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for joining tonight on our episode of Comfortable and Confident Inside and Out. It's my new endeavor in 2019 to bring to you top mentors in health, wellness, beauty, image, business, finance, for them to share their top tools and techniques for you to feel comfortable and confident inside and out. So recently I was at a women's networking event and I met Katell, and she and I just instantly kind of gelled and our energies just really meshed so nice together, and I just thought she'd be a perfect fit to bring on to introduce to you all. So Katell, thank you so much for being here today, and please tell us who you are and what you do and all the magic that you bring to the world of women.
Okay. Hello, Suzanne, and thank you for having me today on your show. And hello, everybody, wherever you are on the planet Earth.
Yeah.
So I'm native French. I was born in Brittany, the northwest part of France, for those who know it a little bit. My name is a pretty singular name, as you can tell, Katell. It's a Celtic name meaning Catherine, actually. So it tells you a little bit about my origins. I should say that I grew up in a pretty artistic environment with a musician father, a mother who started a career in fashion, the prêt-à-porter more specifically, and then turned to painting and sculpture. And I have a younger brother who is an architect. They all live in Paris, not Paris, sorry. They all live in France, in Britain. So career-wise, I started my career in the corporate world. And 6 years ago, I decided to fully embrace my passion. And I decided to go full-time as a image consultant, personal and corporate image consultant. I've lived most of my life in Paris and moved 3 years ago to Florida, where I live today. So this is the picture. So what do I do? What is it exactly? Image management, image consultant, exactly. Well, I empower individuals through adequate image for personal and professional reasons. So what does it mean? It means that whether you are looking for a job, negotiating a contract with an important client, raising funds from investors, or maybe if you are a lawyer, a juror, and you have a hearing, maybe you are a college student transitioning to the professional life, or you might be somebody at a crossroads, someone of a certain age, a man or a woman of a certain age, and you've reached a certain age milestone, and let's say none of your wardrobe or style is fitting you anymore. In other words, I improve men and women's lifestyle, career, well-being. And when I say well-being, I mean physical well-being, but also the mental, emotional well-being, which includes, so this include a dressing. So when I say these elements, these elements of improvement are dressing, clothing, style, grooming, can be colors, the colors that you're using.
Yeah.
Can be your nonverbal communication, which includes your gestures, your postures, and maybe your mannerisms. I also teach on etiquettes, business etiquette, cultural etiquettes, social dining etiquette. In fact, all aspects of appearance and self-presentation.
I love it. Appearance and self-presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the business world, you hear a lot about the word personal brand. So personal brand is what I do. It's image. It includes your appearance and your self-presentation.
Yeah.
So my individual clients are made, I would say, 20% of men and 20% and 80% of women. And I'd say people primarily hire me for professional reasons, but we very quickly discover that they are looking for something more, and especially they are asking me to assist them or support them with their personal growth. And the reason is behind this is that they're looking for more authenticity, more credibility, maybe professionalism, more confidence, more comfort from outside in and from inside out.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So,
what are some of the first things that you typically work on with, say, a woman who comes to you and is saying, I just don't know, what the right way is to present myself, whether it's, just in my day-to-day active wear or going into a corporate environment, or if I have a real professional career, or maybe I'm an entrepreneur. Like, what are the top, where do you start with helping them really feel comfortable and confident?
okay, so the process is always the same. It's simple, though it takes time. It's a process of knowing the person with who I'm working with. And for this, I start with an in-depth interview, knowing the person, her lifestyle, where she lives, where she goes, what type of people she surrounds herself with. I go also particularly in details with her wardrobe, the clothing, the size, and everything, and how she feels. So it's a very it's not a long process, but it allows me to build a relationship with the person as well, and to know better what she is looking for. So,
yeah, I know that for me, I am not somebody who has a big wardrobe. I usually typically wear a lot of the same things. I don't even really have a specific style, I would say. I just know what the few things I like. But when I saw you that day, I was like, oh, you were so well put together. I thought, God, why don't I have that in my wardrobe? Why don't I mean, that would be amazing. I just don't even think about those kinds of things, the colors and the textures and other things to really help us be able to feel more comfortable and confident from the inside out, and basing on how we choose what we are dressing ourselves with, how we're posturing ourselves, the attitude that we bring in with us, and that really can help us so much. So, so how do you, you just so effortlessly put it together for yourself. So how did you get into this, and how did you know that this was something that was, something that you're, because you are amazing at it, but I mean, how did you get into it for yourself, for being able to do this with other women and be able to get in with them and find what it is that's going to help them feel comfortable and confident?
Yeah, I'd say that, as I mentioned earlier, I come from a very artistic background, so being put together and presenting a positive, nice image is very important. Not only for me, but I've realized with the experience that it is also important for others. And your image is continually at work, It is always communicating to yourself and to others. When I say that, I mean the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way you care for has an impact, a direct impact on your psychology, the way you think. And indirect effect, it will tell a message, it will produce a message, it will tell something to others. And people very quickly pick up on these details, these minor details, whether it's your personal appearance, whether it's the clothing that you're wearing, whether it's how well you're groomed, or your body language, or maybe your facial expression. With a limited amount of information, they make assumptions about you, true or false, but they make assumptions. So my strategy is really for everyone to look for your personal and professional best all the time. Because if you are in your professional setting, you are representing your company or your organization, or you may represent only just yourself. But
and really presenting yourself, even if it's just yourself, I mean, that is like the most important part of the equation, is that you're walking in there with the confidence that you said, I'm going to own this space for me, for how I want to be able to be received in the chosen way I want to be received. Not the way that someone is going to just receive me, but in the way that I want to share, how I want to, engage with this space, whether it's wherever it might be, at work or at home or personal, that we really make those choices for ourselves. And that you were mentioning earlier about the psychology. So really, could you tell us a little bit more about, how having the right etiquette and the right attitude and the right type of confident wear translates to that type of, improved psychology?
Well, you have to understand first that your personal image, your personal brand, meaning your appearance, your visual appearance, your style, your clothing, is sometimes and often, I would say, disregarded, a sort of disregarded part of the communication and presentation skills. Most of the people are viewing it as very superficial. The way you dress, the way your style, or the colors that you're using, people will say, "Oh, I don't care," I don't care. People will just pick up that my intrinsic skills, but it's not true. And here is the thing: these elements of image are complex forms of visual and nonverbal communication. So every bit of information you're giving is telling something. Whether you have an unstructured top, whether you are wearing shiny jewelries, maybe too much makeup, maybe your hair aren't done properly, your nails are cracking and not clean. Grooming is a very important part of what you are projecting outside.
Yeah, I think everything that you're talking about really is so much about having self-respect enough.
Absolutely.
To care for your body, to care for what you do for it, how you groom it, how you talk to yourself and have the right attitude. Because I know there are days that I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to see anybody today. I've had a baseball hat on and I just want to stay under the radar, and I don't want anybody to see me at the grocery store. I just want to kind of zip around and not let anybody notice me, because I want to just be in that kind of lazy mode. And I know that we often can just get into that as a routine of just I'll just be lazy again, because we're so overwhelmed and overstimulated in life that it's it takes that much effort and energy. But you mentioned before about having a personal brand and a personal image, and so much I think of owning our value and worth in 2019 and going forward is to truly identify with what makes us feel good. And that is having a positive attitude about ourselves and about life. It's about, being respectable in how we communicate with honor to ourselves and with others. And that, really having those types of etiquettes and the right image that we're sending out helps build that internal confidence even more, to be able to stand proudly in that space. So I think it's just amazing that what you do is to be able to help women. I'm sure you have a lot of clients that come to you that just say, I don't even know what to do. Where do I start? Or I'm always used to wearing this kind of outfit. And it's so important to be able to know that, as women, no matter what your profession is, no matter what you do, you're not expected to know it all. And that there are amazing other top mentors like yourself out there who are helping women kind of put themselves together to really build up even more comfortableness and confidence within themselves. That way they can feel it on the inside and express it on the outside. And that way, when it's going bi-directional, when it really comes from the inside and feeling strong and confident and assured, then you can portray that, and even better when you're feeling good in what you're wearing and what you're saying to yourself, and the attitudes of all of that.
One of the first things that I do when I start with a client is that I'm asking them to show me what their favorite outfit is. Because this is usually the outfit when they feel confident, they feel maybe beautiful, attractive, gorgeous, whatever. But this is sometimes, this is a good start. And I like to see and go deeper. Why do they like this type of pants? Why do they like this type of top? The materials, the colors, because usually we pick up some colors that we like and makes us feel good. And we know now that colors have wears energies, you know, and provide you energies. The yellow is the joyful color. The black might be more powerful, authoritative if you work in an environment, professional environment. But you have to be careful also with the cultural language of colors as well. You know, the white in certain countries may be seen as offending.
Wow.
So there's a lot of things that I try.
Those nuances are so important. Yes, so you know about all those nuances to be able to help women translate that into what it is that they want to, how they want to be received, and how they still want to feel like that they're appropriate. They stand in that pride, and they don't feel like they're disrespecting anybody. Yeah, there are so many, you know, different, you know, guidelines and things that are out there that really can help us make sure that we stand in our value and stand in our confidence. There's nothing worse than going to a party and being inappropriately dressed, or going into an environment where, you know, you're wearing what you thought was comfortable, but it wasn't really going to give you the confidence that you needed to be in that environment. So, wonderful.
The problem is that today with the casual world, we are sort of confused about what to wear, because you've got invitations for networking, you may have an invitation for a social event, and they say dress casual. So what does it mean, casual? How
casual
enough am I? or not, you know, am I casual enough or not enough? So, you know, and this is something that I teach as well. Especially in the professional world, you know, lots of companies have allowed their employees to dress casually, not only on Friday, but now it has become the full week Friday. And the problem is that people are going to work dressed as if they are walking their dog outside or going to wash their car, and they don't, you know, and they don't know the difference. They can't, you know. So these are things that I make them aware, and I work with some tools that can tell them on which level they are. Are they at the average casual, upper at casual, you know, professional casual, dressy casual, and, you know, and so on, or vice versa.
Well, I love it. I thank you so much for being on with us today and sharing all of your knowledge and bringing awareness to us about, you know, how image consulting is a really valuable thing that you're doing for women in the world to help them truly bring more comfortableness and confidence into their bodies. That way they can be really standing with pride and owning their self-worth no matter where they go. So I so appreciate the work that you do. And I just want to, you know, conclude with, is there anything you'd like to share kind of as last words, as well as like, let us know how we can reach out to you and keep in touch with you?
Okay, well, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. So last thing that I want to add is that really be ready to be always put together, because your visual impact is at least as important as your verbal impact. Okay, so having said that, it's easy to get in touch with me. You can go on my social media. My Facebook is Katell G at Allure by Katell G. My website is katellg.com. My Instagram is Allure by Katell G. And for those who before
I'll have all of that. I'll have all of that in the description box of the video as well, because your beautiful accent. I know I couldn't even understand that so well. So,
yeah. Okay. So you'll have it on the bottom of the.
I will.
And for those who reach out to me directly by email before the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day, I will offer them 30 minutes free consultation. As long as they put at the on the subject line "comfortable and confident January 2019," that will be. I will go back to them and offer them this free consultation.
I love it. Thank you so much. So yeah, so for anyone listening, Katell's offering 30 minutes of her amazing knowledge about how to really help you feel comfortable and confident from the inside out with regards to your image, etiquette, grooming, whatever questions you might have for her. So please take advantage of that. I'm sure it's going to be amazing for the women who do. So thank you so much for that offer. And I'll make sure your email and everything is very clear in the comments of this video. So thank you again so much for being here. And I appreciate our conversation.
Suzanne.
You're welcome. Yes.
Thank
and I
you
look
for
forward to
the audience for your question. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me or Suzanne.
Oh yeah, absolutely. At the bottom of this, when I post this video, if anybody has any comments, feel free, because I'm going to have Katell's information right in there, so she'll be able to respond to anybody who has any questions. So again, thanks everybody for joining today and our Comfortable and Confident Inside and Out series. And I look forward to, again, bringing you more top mentors in a variety of different areas to really help you embody that self-worth and pride that you deserve to feel everywhere you go. So until next time, take care.
Thank you. Bye.